Okay, so it was probably about 3 weeks after we released my CD Rushalot.
Yay!
And it was like about a week ago Thursday, for like a 6-day period, I wrote 7 new songs for my Rushalot musical review. And as before, to alleviate at least some confusion, because they're basically 2 characters. Either I'm Rush Limbaugh or I'm a ditto head, and if I'm Rush Limbaugh, I'll be wearing the King Rush crown, and if I'm a ditto head, I'll be wearing this attractive headpiece. All right, and so, without any further ado, I'd like to annoy you with more Rushalot by Gilbert and Sullivan, and me, Carin P. Webb. When he was a lad, he served a term apprentice as a radio intern. He cleaned the windows and he swept the floor, and he polished up the handle on the big front door. He polished up that handle so carefully that now he is the ruler of the waves you see. So carefully that now he is the ruler of the waves you see. As office boy, he made such a mark that they gave him the post of a junior clerk. He served them coffee with a smile so grand, and he always was around so he could be on hand. In that line of work, Rush, he felt so free, and now he is the ruler of the waves you see. And now he is the ruler of the waves you see. He used his wits and he made such a name, a morning DJ he then soon became. He could wear pajamas or a brand new suit, cause his ditto heads, they couldn't give a hoot. His ditto heads have always done so well for he, that now he is the ruler of the waves you see. That now he is the ruler of the waves you see. Once acquiring knowledge, the left came to grips that this Limbaugh thing would be no partnership, for the only partnership for he was the right conservatives, his God and GOP. The Republicans then rewarded he by making him the ruler of the waves you see. By making him the ruler of the waves you see. He grew so rich beyond his dreams, one lucky bastard it would all but seem. His listeners follow Rush's every call, cause I'd rather not be thinking for themselves at all. They thought so little, thus rewarding he, by making him the ruler of the waves you see. Rewarding he, by making him the ruler of the waves you see. Now, listeners all, whoever you may be, Rush is number 1, I think we all agree. Even though at times he's stubborn as a mule, remember to be guided by his golden rule. Stick close to your sets and never disagree, and he'll always be the ruler of the waves you see. And never disagree, and he'll always be the ruler of the waves you see. When we listen to the master, he averts us from disaster. Every time his show comes on, we learn why the libs are wrong. From today and ever after, may he fill our hearts with laughter. Every time he starts to vent, he leaves us in sweet content. When you listen to the master, he'll avert you from disaster. When we listen to his show, everything becomes so clear. He makes all our troubles go. Once we digest what we hear, he enlightens us day by day. We know why for him we pray. He enlightens us day by day. We know why for him we pray. He enlightens us day by day. We know why we all obey. When we listen to the master, he averts us from disaster. Every hour that he is on tells us why the Dems are wrong. When his show's done, there's no sorrow. He'll be back again tomorrow. Every day's another day. We count on him come what may. When you listen to the master, he'll avert you from disaster. All the corners of the earth ring with truths that he has told. What they pay him he is worth, 'cause the guy is just so bold. Every night turns into day, then we hear him have his say. Every night turns into day, then we hear him have his say. Hear him have his say, hear him have his say. We just love to hear him have his say. When I went on the air as a very young man, said I to myself, said I'll work on a new and original plan, said I to myself, said I'll always assume, 'cause it's been my belief, every lifty's a con or a rogue or a thief, and they're only around to give all of us grief, said I to myself, said I. Ere I go on the air, I will always prepare, said I to myself, said I, to tear down progressives who call me on air, said I to myself, said I. My learned profession I'll never disgrace by praising the liberals with a straight face. My humor will always come through in that case, said I to myself, said I. I'll never disparage my GOP guys, said I to myself, said I. Because I think all of the left is so wise, said I to myself, said I. I'll assume every liberal's lying, of course. To get all their goods I have more than one source. My ditto heads and me will never divorce, said I to myself, said I. In other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, said I. The army, the navy, the courts, and the stage. Said I to myself, said I, professional license, if carried too far, your chance of promotion will certainly mar. But as for me, think I'll head to the bar, said I to myself, said I. When a liberal's not engaged in their employment, or maturing their disturbing little plans, their capacity for innocent enjoyment are just as great as any of my fans. At times our liberals I'd like to smother, and if I could my duty would be done. I'll take one consideration with another. A pundit's work is never, ever done. If we strangled them, our duty would be done, would be done. Rush Limbaugh and his fans all think as one, think as one. When this enterprising genius is not working, when the cutthroat libs don't occupy my time, I love to hear the little brook a-gurgling and listen to the merry village chime. When righties call, I treat them like my brother. The praise they heap's like basking in the sun. I'll take one consideration with another. A pundit's work is never, ever done. If we strangled them, our duty would be done, would be done. Rush Limbaugh and his fans all think as one, think as one. True little ditto heads are we. Rush is the best, we all agree. He's number one for all to see. True ditto heads are we. Liberals are but a source of fun. They're never safe, for he cares for none. Most of them don't even own a gun. True ditto heads are we. All ditto heads listen every day. It couldn't be any other way. He's such a genius, we all say. True ditto heads agree. True ditto heads are we. Some ditto heads are a congressman. All ditto heads think he's number one. Some ditto heads want him for a son. True ditto heads, you see. Let God never take our Rush away. We'd all be lost, think it's fair to say. Then we won't know how we'd fill our day. We just can't think that way. We just can't think that way. All ditto heads listen every day. It couldn't be any other way. He's such a genius, we all say. True ditto heads agree. True ditto heads are we. I am the very model of a commentator whose pardon on my ditto heads make sure in ratings I am always number one. I know the kings of industry, I've met them all a time or two. I own the GOP and they do everything I tell them to. I'm very well acquainted too with sluts and their abortionists. Despite the 40 mil I get a year, I'm no extortionist. About the biased media, I'm teeming with a lot of news. As long as I'm around, my ditto heads will never sing the blues. As long as he's around us, ditto heads will never sing the blues. As long as he's around us, ditto heads will never ever sing the blues. I'm very good at telling people who they should and not vote for. I know that science cannot prove it will get hotter more and more. In shortened matters that include about all things under the sun, I am the very model of a commentator who's bar none. I know our recent history, the Tea Party is here to stay. The Liberals and the Democrats should all shut up and go away. I'm quoted by the media, they hang upon my every word. In spite of what I say, at times can be outrageous and absurd. I can tell that doubting liberals will never hear a thing I say. They're all a bunch of Bible-hating freaks who are in love with gays, so I can thumb my nose at them the way I've done a time or two. Because they are misled, and so say I now what say all of you. Because they are misled, and so says Rush, now what say all of you. Because they are misled, and so says Rush, now what say all of you. That I could go to Washington to change the things that we all hate. The Congress needs an overhaul on this subject, there's no debate. In shortened matters that include about all things under the sun, I am the very model of a commentator who's bar none. He is the very model of a commentator who's bar none. In fact, when I know what it means to be the king of everything, the carousel of life for me, you must agree I've caught the ring. When my affairs and scandals are exposed, I get away with it. The liberal biased media just takes that news and plays with it. If they knew more, their heads would raise and it could be the end of me. Unless my bros in Congress will step up and be a pal to me, or else I'll release knowledge that their enemies would like to see. They'll say that commentator maybe this time got the best of me. They'll say that commentator maybe this time got the best of me. They'll say that commentator maybe this time got the best of me. Because the things that I acknowledge make me look just like a hypocrite. Some say the public airways are no place for me and I'm unfit. But still in matters that include about all things under the sun, I am the very model of a commentator who's bar none. He is the very model of a commentator who's bar none. Once I'm all in, I always win. Only my foes think my voice grating. Radio's law, keep it quite raw. Faint heart never won high ratings. Never, never, never. Faint heart never won high ratings. Every show must come to an end. Until that time, the right I defend. Till the next day my work is done. Mocking the Dems is so much fun. I so despise liberal lies. The lefties I am always hating, and to that end, let's not pretend. Faint heart never won high ratings. Never, never, never. Faint heart never won high ratings. While the sunshines make your hay, where a will is there's a way. I'm like a lion in his lair. Long as I'm paid, I don't much care. As for my part, it's time to start. Best not to keep my listeners waiting. Much I'd spend to gain my end. Faint heart never won high ratings. Never, never, never. Faint heart never won high ratings. If you don't venture, you'll never win. Time for the show, it's time to begin. In for a penny, in for a pound. With liberals I'll go round and round. If you don't venture, you'll never win. Time for the show, it's time to begin. In for a penny, in for a pound. With liberals I'll go round and